I've never seen this section before. Let's see if I can read this.
I'm gonna go back. I think you might be down this other one.
Alright, let me just show that this tahini is very runny. Alright. It looks healthy, it tastes healthy. I've eaten a little bit. Some kind of Arabic food, I guess. It's too bad. We need more Arabic foods. Getting tired of all this over-sugared stuff. Arabics know what real food is supposed to be about. 100% ground sesame from Shahia. Nothing added. If this was an American company, they would have added a ton of sugar to it. I got this metal comb because I believe that metal can kill bacteria and whatnot. But the only way I could really get a decent metal comb is, and that can actually scratch my head and itch it, is go to the pet section. And I had to buy this flea one as part of a deal. I went into the beauty section first, and I came across the copper brush, and I was actually walking around the store with it, seriously thinking about getting it, but it cost $15. And then I got over to the pet section, and I'm just like, you know, I'll settle for metal. So I set the copper one down. I did take a picture of the package and putting it on Instagram in case I want to refer to it later. But ultimately, I want metal instead of plastic. But this isn't very transportable, so I'll have to keep plastic on me and this one in the car. But this will be nice and hard to scratch my head, and just to have metal going through the hair is gonna. I think it'll be better for bacteria. The copper brush said that it makes your hair more luscious or shiny or something, and I believe copper does something positive to the hair. Okay, let me try to recite what all I put in here. Alright, so I put some basil, I put some cayenne pepper flakes, got these wheat squares I just threw in, there's yogurt, there's milk at the whole percent level, there's this protein powder stuff that has no sugar added. I poured some of my tahini in there. I have oats and oat bran in there. So it's quite a mixture of various things. I'll have to see how it tastes. At least it's low sugar. None of this stuff has sugar added, which is great. Alright, so I'll be recording this road again for the, I don't know, third or fourth time. It's a very familiar routes now. just at a loss for changing up my routine. There's no reason to be changing up my routine because I just can't go anywhere else new. You know, you go to the north side of Boise and it's all mountains. That does look attractive, and I've told you can camp up there, but I'm pretty sure that you're gonna have to pay some money to camp because those rangers don't work for free. So I'm kind of stuck with being back and forth between Walmart and the library, just wasting time for my trial date. It's really frustrating. I saw this section in Walmart. It's like an ethnical section with foods I'd never seen before. And not only is it nice to see different foods, but they don't have sugar added, which is awesome. You know, we really need a new revolution in this country to drive out Europeans, drive down the business of Europeans, because that's the culture. The European culture is the one, particularly the American European culture, is the one that's driving up the sugar consumption with the McDonald's and all the fast food restaurants and all the popular brands, you know, Coca-Cola, all American. That American drive to increase sugar consumption is crazy. The foreigners think that Americans really crave all this sugar. Yet all these reports of and you know, Americans are saying they need sugar, but they're diabetic. The diabetics who don't need the sugar are saying they need the sugar. It's all an addiction problem. And a lot of the foreign people who don't understand it and don't even want to deal with it, you know, like Iran and stuff, you got to applaud them. You know, you got cultures that are anti-establishment, anti-sugar as a result, that are healthier. You know, the American culture is losing its health. It's rounding out, getting softer. And people are supporting that and hurting their own health, trying to support this American culture where there's a strengthening of the anti-culture establishments simply because they're eating healthier. There's a very close tie between eating right and having good health. Watching overweight people run down the street is sad to me. They're just bringing themselves to an earlier grave, in my opinion. They're just going to go back to eating all that sugar, which is just damaging to their health. So you eat that damaging, inflammatory food, and then you go for a run and further inflammate yourself. And then you go back to eating more of the inflammation food, not really repairing the inflammation that occurred from the exercise, and you're just making things worse for yourself. A culture that doesn't eat a lot of sugar and doesn't exercise a lot is going to be healthier than one that eats a lot of sugar and exercises a lot. More gyms. Yeah, these people. It's nice to see that ethnically diverse food, and there's just not enough of it. One thing that strikes me as interesting is you never see any African ethnic food. Even when Africans are like 50% of the population, they don't eat like Europeans. Africans are very different people with like food demands and stuff. They gotta feed different priorities in their life. Generally, if you look at Chinese face reading, the Africans, they tend to be more romantic people. They love romance more than Europeans. So that's going to take different energy. It's going to focus different energies, and it'll be a different load demands for nutrients and stuff. You know, all the love nutrients. There's love nutrients. There's anger nutrients. Yeah, a lot of them are crossovers and stuff, but also a lot of them can be, you know, there's just a slight difference. You know, protein can break down the many different amino acids for different functions and whatnot. But I mean, there's different phytochemicals in foods that give out different benefits that some people can realize more than others. Like the Chinese, they eat more rice, so they've over the years developed a larger pancreas and can handle the extra rice load. It's been said that people who live in the south part of Asia and eat a lot of rice tend to have more stomach cancer. But I mean, they've also their culture is, you know, growing up with rice has also strengthened a little bit in the face of that stomach cancer that rice causes. And rice, for me, especially eating Rice Krispies, cause constipation all the time. So, you know, Chinese or the Asians may also have developed a natural like immunity to stomach cancer and being constipated by eating all that rice. Even though the rates are still higher for eating for stomach cancer with eating rice, you still think that, you know, they're probably their bodies are still probably adjusting. It takes a long time, but it's probably still happening. And that's what really makes me angry, is I get the impression that these sugar manufacturers think our bodies should just adjust to the higher sugar levels, which should not be true. That if they can keep this up for, you know, a couple hundred years, yeah, our bodies will adjust to the higher sugar levels, okay? And then we'll just grow completely dependent on it. But why couldn't you do that with heroin or with cocaine? You know, why'd you have to drive those industries out? Our bodies could have adapted to those drugs as well. Instead, the drug of choice is sugar, adding sugar to the foods. And, you know, they're getting a real strong foothold as, you know, the years go by and more people are consuming this sugar. You know, the ones who are very susceptible to death, you know, from diabetes and stuff, don't live that long. They don't procreate as much, and then you know, the ones that can handle the sugar to at least, you know, plop out a few children are gonna survive and help the sugar market by having future consumers and people who are dependent on it. It's really out of hand. Yeah. There are some climates or weather where some people are stronger than others, and I think colder and darker weather is where I'm strongest. Heat and sun are my weakest, and that's just because I'm a white European. By the brutality of this heat, I think that my sentencing has already been carried out long before the trial date. I wonder if I can change the jurisdiction of this court case to another county, maybe. It is a state versus me, so it's the entire state against me. I'm not limited to, by the looks of the jurisdiction, I could have the state prosecute me in any part of the state. So it'd be something I'd be interested in considering, is changing the venue somewhere further east. Okay, so I got these new brakes, in hopes that I can improve the braking efficiency. You can see how rusted it is on the inside of this one, and the ones that are currently on the bicycle are rusted on. So I got to figure out how to get that off. As you can see, I'm going to throw these away. I'm only going to use one set of brakes, but you can see it's like open-faced on. This would be like the part that can't be seen. This is the part that would be seen more so I guess I didn't see a need to make it all around. So this one's got it all around, where it's like, you know, you look at any angle and you could see that there's yeah, it's just stylish, more stylish. This is loose. This end piece goes side by side. This is kind of loose too. Kind of loose. But as you can see, it's like wider. So this is gonna hold up a little bit better, it looks like. It looks like it's a better quality brake. Alright, paid $25 for it. I lost the nut thing for this one. They go in this open socket area. They use the same type of nuts. I think the springiness is pretty much gone on these old brakes. So that's what I'm hoping to make up on with these newer ones. Just got to get them on and play with them. Alright, just want to record this being taken off so I don't get the pieces mixed up. Alright, so it's this one first. Okay, and then it's this little piece. Okay, yep, and then they fall apart. Okay, I think I got it. Yeah, I think I got it. Alright, so this is a simple little method that I use to get this brake off. I wrapped this strap around in the rear because I didn't want to be hammering on one side of it, and I wrapped it around a couple of times, and then just I held the bike steady and then pulled with all my might to get that off. Well, the way I got this bicycle thing set up is I have to like pull on this wire, alright, to get the most out of it, because pulling on this thing is too loose and they're really close together already on the rim. So I gotta look into how I can use this better, because if this thing falls down, then I'll be pulling on the wire. I don't want that.